Have you ever wondered what secrets are hidden within the pages of ancient texts, deliberately left out of the mainstream Bible? What if I told you there's a story of a celestial war, a battle between powerful beings for the fate of humanity, and the clues are scattered across Sumerian myths and a book only found in the Ethiopian Bible? This isn't just another story, it's a hidden history that could change everything you think you know about our origins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing theories in ancient history, the secret war between the Sumerian god Enki and the enigmatic beings known as the Watchers. And the key to unlocking it all lies within the pages of the Book of Enoch, a text considered canon only by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. So, who were the Watchers? According to the Book of Enoch, they were a group of 200 angels who descended to earth on Mount Hermon. Their mission was to watch over humanity, but something went wrong. Led by a figure named Samyaza, they became captivated by human women. They made a pact, broke their sacred duty, and descended to take human wives. This union gave rise to a race of giants known as the Nephilim, who wreaked havoc and corrupted the earth. This act of rebellion is often cited as the origin story of fallen angels. The Watchers also taught humanity forbidden knowledge, metallurgy for making weapons, cosmetics, sorcery, and astrology. This influx of advanced, but corrupting, knowledge led humanity down a path of violence and destruction, ultimately prompting the Great Flood as a way to cleanse the earth. Now, let's travel back even further in time, to ancient Sumer, the cradle of civilization. Here, we encounter the Anunnaki, a pantheon of gods who descended from the heavens. At the forefront were two half-brothers, Enlil, the commander, and Enki, the god of wisdom, science, and creation. Their mythology is filled with conflict. Enlil was a strict, often harsh ruler who saw humanity as little more than a workforce, a species to be controlled and, if necessary, disposed of. In the Sumerian flood myth, it is Enlil who, annoyed by the noise of humanity, decides to wipe them out completely. But Enki had a very different perspective. He was the chief scientist of the Anunnaki mission. Sumerian texts describe him as the one who genetically engineered Homo sapiens, upgrading our hominid ancestors to create a worker race. But unlike Enlil, Enki grew fond of his creation. He saw our potential, our capacity for intelligence and growth. He became our secret benefactor, our divine advocate. When Enlil decreed humanity's destruction by flood, it was Enki who defied the command. He secretly warned a righteous man, known as Yusudra in Sumerian texts or Noah in the Bible, and gave him the instructions to build an ark, saving humanity from total annihilation. So, what's the connection? This is where it gets fascinating. Let's compare the narratives. The Book of Enoch describes the Watchers as beings who descend, interbreed with humans, and teach them forbidden knowledge, leading to corruption and a great flood. Sumerian myths describe the Anunnaki, who descend, create humans, and one of them, Enki, consistently acts as a teacher and protector of humanity, even saving them from a flood decreed by his brother, Enlil. Here is the explosive theory. What if the Watchers and the Anunnaki are two different names for the same group of extraterrestrial beings, their story told through different cultural lenses? And what if the so-called sin of the Watchers wasn't just lust, but a deliberate act of rebellion against a tyrannical commander? Consider this: the forbidden knowledge the Watchers gave humanity, metallurgy, science, astronomy, sounds remarkably similar to the gifts of civilization. These are the very things that allow a species to advance, to build, to think for itself. And who was the Sumerian god of science, wisdom, and forbidden knowledge? Enki, who was the advocate for humanity's advancement. Enki, could it be that the Watchers were not a rogue faction of angels, but a group of Anunnaki loyal to Enki? Perhaps Enki, seeing humanity's potential, orchestrated their descent to deliberately uplift us, to give us the tools we needed to break free from servitude. In this interpretation, the leader Samyaza and his followers weren't corrupt rebels, but freedom fighters, acting under Enki's guidance to empower his favorite creation, us. This reframes the entire narrative. The war described in the Book of Enoch, the heavenly battle, where the archangels Michael, Gabriel, and others are sent to bind the Watchers and destroy their offspring, might not be a simple case of good versus evil. It could be the mythological retelling of a civil war within the Anunnaki ranks, Enlil's faction against Enki's faction. Enlil, who wanted humanity to remain a compliant, ignorant workforce, saw the Watchers' actions as a grave betrayal. He saw the empowerment of humanity as a threat to his authority. So, He ordered their punishment and unleashed the flood to reset the experiment, a plan foiled only by Enki's last-minute intervention. The Ethiopian Bible, by preserving the Book of Enoch, has inadvertently safeguarded a crucial piece of this puzzle. While other religious councils deemed it too controversial and removed it, the Ethiopians kept this account of a celestial conflict and forbidden knowledge alive. It provides a narrative that, when placed alongside Sumerian tablets, paints a picture of a profound schism. One side, led by Enlil, sought to control and limit humanity. The other side, led by Enki, sought to enlighten and liberate us. Think about it. The story of the fallen angels has always been portrayed as a cautionary tale about disobedience and sin. But what if it's actually the story of our first teachers? What if the fall from grace was actually a step up for humanity, an illicit gift from a creator who believed in us? The knowledge was deemed forbidden not because it was inherently evil, but because it was empowering. It gave us the ability to question, to create, to build our own destiny, and to become more like our creators. This hidden war, fought in the heavens and on earth, wasn't just about angels and giants. It was a war over the very soul and future of our species. Are we destined to be servants, or are we destined to be sovereign? According to this theory, Enki and his loyal watchers bet on our sovereignty. The story of their punishment and the negative spin placed on their actions could be propaganda, written by the victors, the faction of the strict commander, Enlil. The connections are tantalizing. The Watchers descend to Mount Hermon. Enki's domain was the Abzu, the watery abyss, a source of wisdom. Both are associated with bringing knowledge from a higher realm down to earth. The flood is a central event in both narratives, triggered by the intermingling of divine beings and mortals, with a hero being saved by a dissenting divine figure. It's a story told twice, from two different points of view. By looking at the Book of Enoch, not as a standalone religious text, but as a missing chapter in a much larger older story found in Sumer, we can begin to see the faint outlines of this epic hidden conflict. It is a testament to the fact that our history may be far more complex and extraordinary than we've been led to believe. The secrets of our past aren't just buried in the sands of Iraq. They're also preserved in the ancient churches of Ethiopia, waiting for us to connect the dots. What do you think? Were the Watchers corrupt angels, or were they agents of Enki on a mission to liberate humanity? Is the Book of Enoch an eyewitness account of a prehistoric alien civil war? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is a huge topic, and we've only scratched the surface. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into our hidden past. If you enjoyed this exploration and want to dive deeper into ancient mysteries and forbidden knowledge, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss our next video. Until next time, keep questioning everything.